exquisite work. Circanian.
Carathian.
You were a slave.
The wine tastes sweeter in the north.
It's nothing to be ashamed about, a slave tattoo. You know, I was taken as a boy, forced to do things that no boy should ever have to imagine. Shaped forcefully to be someone I wasn't. I understand.
But how?
How did I get set free? I didn't. You see, someone bought me. Someone who knew exactly who I was.
A mage.
You're sweet. No. A brigand. A brigand isn't something to be ashamed of. You see, brigands and whores are quite alike. They're merely just individuals with the capacity to survive. Really brave souls that just spit in the face of destiny and shout, "We will not die quietly."
I thought I was betting a mage.
Indeed you did. And I must add that your carnal capacities are extraordinary. You can be proud. But you must know that I'm a mage because, well, it suits me to be so right now. The truth is, I despise magic. It was like this gnawing itch that just kept interrupting me at the most inopportune of times. You see, and I had a plan. And this plan was working out nicely, progressing so well. I had progressed from young runaround brigand who was stealing for his master to becoming cutthroat, killing said master, taking his sword and assuming his identity. From then on, it was just a hop, skip, and a stab before I became a sellsword, someone who kills for coin. But that magic, that magic, it just wouldn't stop. It was roaring inside of me, just rising up, gnawing at the back of my throat like acid, until one day I found that my fate caught up with me and I found my handsome head on an executioner's block. And then it happened.
What happened?
Well, the magic, of course. The magic won. I saw a beam of light just before that axe fell. My bonds burnt up in flames and fell to the floor. And as I stood up, I just saw mountains of people around me. The executioner, gone. Alderman, dead. Crowds just mutilated. And that's when I knew I needed to give into this power, this beautiful energy flowing through my veins. I let it think for me, I let it speak for me, until I had worlds bowing at my feet. It was simply joyous. Oh, don't worry. It won't take that long. Oh, you want your assassin friends to help you? I'm sorry, I'm afraid not. You see, while you and I were going at it, I maybe might have melted their eyes in the back of their skulls. Perhaps you didn't hear them falling in the hallway when you were, oh yes, having the throes of ecstasy. Really understandable. You were right. Very, very right. Wine is seriously far tastier in the north. Far sweeter too, with added basilisk spleen, I must add. Do cheer up. We all know that no one leaves this world alive.
And rolling.
Exquisite work. Circanian.
Carathian.
You are a slave.
Everything tastes sweeter in the north.
It's nothing to be ashamed about, a slave's tattoo. I was taken as a child, forced to do things that no child should ever have to imagine, shaped forcefully into being something that I wasn't.
How?
How did I get free? I didn't. Someone bought me. Someone who knew who I really was.
A mage.
You're sweet. No. A brigand. A brigand is nothing to be ashamed of. Brigands and whores are just merely two individuals that have the capacity to survive. Brave, brave souls who spit in the face of destiny and just refuse to die quietly.
I thought I was betting a mage.
Indeed you did. And I must say that your carnal capacities are extraordinary. You should be proud. I'm a mage because right now it suits me to be so. In truth, I despised magic. It became an itch that just kept interrupting me at the most inopportune of times, you know. But I had this plan, you see, and this plan, it was progressing so nicely. I had progressed from young runaround brigand who stole for his master to cutthroat, killing said master, stealing his sword and assuming his identity. From then on, it was just a hop, skip, and a stab before I became a sellsword. It was killing for coin. But you know, that magic, it just wouldn't stop, you know. It was roaring inside of me, just rising up, biting at the back of my throat like acid, until one day my fate caught up with me and I found my handsome head on an executioner's block. And then it happened.
What happened?
The magic. The magic won, of course. You see, I was sitting there with my head on that executioner's block and I saw a white beam of light piercing just before that axe fell. My bonds burnt in flames and fell to the floor. And as I stood up, I looked around and I saw everyone dead. Their eyes just seared from their sockets. Oh, and that's when I knew I had to give in to this power. It was coursing through my veins. I let it speak for me. I let it think for me. It led me until I had every single world bowing at my feet, simply joyous. Don't worry. It's not going to take that long. You want your fellow assassins to help you? I'm afraid not. You see, while we were busy, I melted their eyes out in their sockets. Perhaps you didn't hear them falling in the hallways during your throes of ecstasy. I mean, it's quite understandable. Yes, you were so right early on when you said that wine is far sweeter in the north, isn't it? And sweeter still with added basilisk spleen. Cheer up. No one leaves this world alive.